Well, hello everybody, this is Milesluigi. Joining me today is...
Wayoshi.
For another Digressing and sports commentary, Mario Kart 8. Getting a little bit more into the actual 200cc. I'm actually feeling like I'm getting used to 200cc a little bit better though. Gosh darn it, wow, is it way too fast. I actually wanted to first discuss on what our impressions are on 200cc now that, oh wow, I butchered that start badly. Now that you've had a chance to actually race and not like, oh my god, this is fast. What other impressions that you have, Wayoshi? I'll let you begin.
Well, characters are more balanced, which is nice. You're pretty much seeing medium weights are a little lighter than that, doing fine. And basically any character you can do fine with as long as you drive well.
I do agree with that, though. I haven't been seeing too much heavier than like the middle heavyweights, like Donkey Kong, Rosalina. I haven't been seeing too many Bowsers, Wario's, and Mortons anymore, and we used to see them all over the place.
People probably got used to the good handling and just kept it. But I think you could learn to handle it a little handling. It's just harder.
You probably have to brake a little bit more, too.
But it's not like the heavy characters are imbalanced because of it.
Well, still, you get to your big long curves like this curves or your straightaways, the heavier characters, they still do go faster. So, you got that going for you. As for my impressions, probably the biggest thing I pull out of it is I try to nail you with a fire flower, but I failed at doing so. Yikes. My impression is that 200cc feels like it's a mode that is a lot more reliant on skill than usually is in Mario Kart, but just because it is so much faster and so much more attention needs to be put on actually driving decently, as opposed to 150cc. I may have said this last digression, but it honestly felt like I could be in entirely autopilot mode while driving 150cc sometimes. I would still occasionally mess up, but I feel like I really have to pay attention in this mode, and I'll hold that thought because I have this red shell. I'm going to try to hit you, and it just doesn't hit you in time. You were going a little too fast there. But my impression, 200cc feels a bit more skill-based, and ironically, with regular items, it still feels pretty, well, I guess intrinsically due to the mode, pretty frantic. I haven't actually had a chance to play 200cc in frantic mode yet. Have you?
Not a lot. It doesn't feel much different, but I haven't played a lot of it, so...
Okay, alright.
I've talked in one stream about how blue shells in the third lap, especially, you can outrun them more. So in the frantic mode, the more amount of blue shells might not matter as much. That's one thing.
That's true. That was, I guess, my other point of discussion here. The items in 200cc, they seem to be going at the same rate they were going at the other speeds, but you can kind of outrun them. You can't really truly outrun a blue shell or a red shell or anything coming at you, or a bullet bill. But I've noticed a couple of times while racing in this mode that I'll see a bullet bill behind me, and it doesn't zoom past me. It goes past me, but it doesn't zoom really quickly past me. It just kind of goes past me. Same thing with everything else, actually. It just feels like it's approaching me, and it hits me this red shell behind me is probably going to hit me, yeah. But it didn't feel like it just whapped me really fast. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is the thing I said at the start of this point, which was items seem to be going at the same rate, but we're going faster.
Yeah, I don't know if bullet bills were going at 200 before, and now they're 250.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I haven't really noticed that, except just the blue shells at the end of the race. That's the only thing I've noticed.
Bullet bills are normally not an item that goes under great scrutiny by the Mario Kart community, because it's normally an item
it was really fast in Wii, and then in 7 it was really slow. And in this game it's kind of better, more balanced.
Can't wait for them to actually bring back a change hump.
Yes.
It would probably bring a lot more chaos to the baby park, and I could tell you because I've already viewed this video. I actually didn't have a baby park in this video, and I don't think I've had a baby park. Did I have one in the last digression? Yeah. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, but super chaotic track, but Bowser's big shell is missing, the change hump is missing. The track feels like it needs those things to reach its full, true chaotic potential. But Cheeseland, wow, we didn't even talk about Cheeseland at all. This track is very heavily dependent on having mushrooms at the end. It's more of a mushroom track than the Mario Circuit 2 track was from the GBA series. You get to this track, you get mushrooms at the end. You can usually snipe first place away because of how good those shortcuts are at the end.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
And otherwise, the road when on a normal track, especially at the end, gets really thin, which 200cc plus desert plus thin track equals, that is a hard track to drive sometimes. But speaking of hard tracks to drive, we got Neo Bowser City, which actually I remember this one was on the last Digressing Mario Kart, so you get to see myself struggle on this track. I always love looking at discussion boards online, and they're like, OMG, Neo Bowser City, I can't drive this track, because you literally need to brake to be able to make some of these turns. So if you got that Wiimote
definitely on the
nunchuck,
first day, but I hope people have at least learned by now. At least how to do it. Whether you're good at it or not depends on.
Oh yeah. If you got that Wiimote nunchuck combination, you kind of got to throw it in the garbage.
And if you get a draft, you're also screwed. I've had that happen.
Oh yeah. I've had interesting things happen on the curve. I've ran into situations where I ran into a mushroom during that S-turn, and I just fly right off the track. And actually, that's a theoretical strategy you could have in 200cc. It's like if you're in a decent place and you've got triple mushrooms and you're in a really tight turn, strategically hold on to them for two reasons. A, you're on a tight turn, why are you using the mushrooms? B, someone else runs into the mushrooms, they fly off. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved, but like there, I almost ran into those mushrooms. That would have screwed me over. I failed, I ran right off. But I did actually find a discussion board topic about all the new shortcuts in 200cc mode. I haven't seen a video yet. I think I might record a video of all the new shortcuts in 200cc mode. Just because the internet could use a video like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of streamers cuts, and whether they save time or not. It's all experimental.
That's definitely true. As for Neo Bowser City, the whole track, there really isn't too much shortcuts other than the real obvious shortcuts that are just kind of,
of course, hasn't changed that much except playing it here.
It's an HD, although the one thing they didn't really improve is like the water effect that they use for this track is still just like a blank texture on the road. I can't be the only one that noticed that. It's just a texture on the road.
Well, you did have the fancy rain effect in 3D World. I don't know if you're saying that really played that much.
No, I haven't. Okay, maybe I haven't noticed everything. I actually didn't do that good, even though I got
there was a fancy rain effect there. It's not here. So
oh, okay. I actually didn't do that well because there were 9 people and I got 6, which means I was essentially 2/3 down the list, actually. Oh boy, but here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and make it a Dragon Driftway, like Rainbow Road Dragon Driftway. Lots of really tight turns, lots of braking is definitely needed for this track. So through all the updates that Nintendo's done and all the DLC, they've done absolutely nothing to the battle mode, and I've actually never played battle mode. So kind of a sad day.
I haven't touched it in months. I only did a couple times.
There's one shortcut on this track that I want to say is theoretically possible because I know I've done it once. I just don't know how difficult it really truly is other than the one happy accident where I did it. But like right after you get outside the tunnel from the snake, you have your usual shortcut across the hill, which normally is like suicide if you take on this track in 200cc because you'll fly right off. But one time when I took that shortcut, I just kind of rammed into the wall. My bike rotated 90 degrees, and I came to like a complete dead stop, which was actually perfect because it let me just continue going on.
So you can do that this ramp grass cut shroomless right here. You can if you do it right. And then at the right angle, you can cut off this entire turn.
Okay. So that must have been what I did, and I must have hit the wall at such an angle that my cart almost fell off, or in this case, my bike almost fell off, but it didn't.
I think it might require a timed hop or something. It's a little risky, but...
As for this turn that I was just on across the grassy shortcut, I actually braked it a little bit for it so I wouldn't ram up right next to the wall on the side, because if you don't brake and use the mushrooms on that shortcut, it's like you ram into that wall no matter what. Which, if you have another mushroom, that really isn't too big of a deal. But if you don't, well, that kind of really slows you down a lot. The wall, I have to wonder how often people would fall off this track if it didn't have walls. It'd probably be a lot. But I included this track in this digression because something really interesting happens here. Speaking of shroom shortcuts, here I am. Okay, time to catch up, oh, what the fudge happened there? I flew right off the track.
Something about the angle of the course there. I don't know.
I didn't know it was even possible to fly right off the track, but the anti-gravity didn't even keep a hold on me. I was just like, I'm flying off again.
So...
It's anti-gravity. It'll kind of hold you onto the track, but not too closely. Here we go. Off to Big Blue. This track definitely requires some practice for 200cc. There's some tight, turny areas up ahead here. So I actually have not seen that Splatoon Nintendo Direct that happened, I think, about a week ago. Did they announce anything for Mario Kart, out of curiosity? Do you know?
I don't think. I think that those are specific game directs. Very focused.
Okay. So there wasn't like, oh, hey, get the Splatoon amiibo, get the Splatoon
They're really
suit
focused
thing.
on selling that game right now, and then E3 will come. We'll see what happens there.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if Nintendo wants to invest a bit more in more of this game's DLC. I think this game's DLC is fine, but we'll see what they do. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and take this shortcut here, which I actually took that shortcut marvelously well. Surprisingly, like I saw that shortcut on Game Explain, I've been taking it ever since. I actually haven't failed that shortcut, but I've definitely taken it in weird ways that really wasn't that much faster. I'm just kind of surprised because like that shortcut is not that difficult. I have a lot more difficult a time with, for example, Mount Wario's first section lap
part's a little
shortcut.
harder now.
Oh gosh, that part is difficult. Like you make it and you just pray to God you don't fall off the edge, because otherwise, well, that shortcut really wasn't worth it, now was it? But I'm coming into the final stretch here in 4th place, right behind everyone. Now in 3rd place, my Piranha Plant has died, and I am going to not get hit by the green shell and keep my 3rd. That was lucky of me. There we go, as everyone comes in to finish, slowly but surely. I suppose I mentioned I don't remember seeing super heavy ones. Well, there's one. Oh, wait, it's the CPU. CPUs don't really have any preference on who they play. It's just now CPUs are appearing online, which brings up an interesting strategy because CPUs don't use their items right away. So it's entirely possible for a CPU to get like a lightning, and they just hold on to it for like 5 seconds before they use it. So you can get a star and strategically hold on to it.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while.
Not too often, and you are reliant on knowing who the CPU is and paying attention to the items. Honestly, 200cc goes by too fast. I don't check the gamepad screen enough for item usage. It might also be a byproduct of me using the Pro Controller and my Wii U gamepad just kind of sitting on my table, and I just don't look at it too often. One shortcut that I do really like, though, on this track is like these pipes here. You can just float right over them like this. And since I'm on a bike, I come in at a really dangerous looking angle there. It's just kind of a byproduct of the game's physics engine more than anything else. Unlike real life, Luigi can't like fall off the bike on his side because he took a turn too tight. Oh, that would be a weird thing to say or see.
Mario Kart 9 will have bike, or what am I trying to say? Kart, run, break it. Ugh,
Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 9 will improve the bike physics, so you could just fall right off the bike, you're saying?
Or you just, have stupid breakdowns.
We'll see. That's definitely a futures thing. But then again, Mario Kart Wii's out. You're like, this is the best Mario Kart game. How many people actually thought that? It's a good question. I didn't even pick up Mario Kart Wii when it first came out. I ran right into that helicopter. Holy cow!
Any luck? Someone else shortcut better, or had a mushroom.
Yeah. Side effects of 200cc, ramming right into the helicopter on the track, which, by the way, is a solid object. So, Nintendo, you programmed it as a solid object, even though you probably anticipated no one ever running into it for until now. So, there's probably going to be, at minimum, one more Digressing Mario Kart. I want to be able to make it to 10,000 VR, and I'm almost there, as you can see. So, this has been Milesluigi.
And Wayoshi.
Anything else you want to say about Yoshi?
Nope. See you next time. Yep.
See you next time.